Hey there, Sebastius here with another guide on quests. This is an advanced one. There's a simpler one on my YouTube channel that just really looks at kill and collect quests. This one's going to look at the talk to NPC as well as linked quests. So the idea here, we have a sailor, and a captain, and we want the sailor to give a quest. The answer to that quest is talk to the second sailor. The second sailor will then offer a second quest, who will then finish up at the captain. So the first thing we're going to need is our quest, and we'll call it first step quest. And we're going to have this quest ask Sailor 1 to ask Sailor 2 that Sailor 1 wants to know about the captain's wheel that he has attached to his pants. His pants. There we go. Now we don't want completed. What we want is tasks, and the task we're looking at in this case is talk to NPC. Now that's broken down into three things: the NPC entity you wish to talk to, which is not the entity within the scene, but it's the actual prefab that you dragged into the scene, which means that if you've got multiple entities in the scene from the same prefab, those entities will all respond the same way. So you can have a village of peasants and you can ask any one of them the question. So in this case we want Sailor 2. The MPC dialogue is just a base NPC dialogue, can be a dialogue within a graph, but it overrides the dialogues for the NPC. So if a player wanders up to an NPC and talks to them with the state in the quest that they need to talk to this NPC, it will use this dialogue, not the dialogue that the NPC has. And then the final thing is to complete after talk. We can gain our reward the moment we talk to them, the moment this dialogue pops up, or we can have it so that you have to go back to the original calling NPC like a standard task. Now we don't have a base dialogue, so let's give ourselves a base dialogue, create data dialogue, and we'll call it Sailor 2 quest response NPC dialogue. And so Sailor 2, that's the title of the box, the description is the text that we're talking about. So that will show up when they talk. No, I have no terrible writing. No idea why the captain has a wheel attached to his pants. We'll give it a menu. We'll just make that a close menu, and the title will be okay, thanks. So if we go back to our first step quest, we will need to drag that into the NPC base dialogue. And so now we want to go back to Sailor 1 and actually create a dialogue for them so that we can gain the quest. So we'll do a graph, and the first graph we'll just call it Sailor 1 because that's who's talking. Hey, captain has a wheel attached to his pants, and we'll give them two responses: no and I don't care. That's a closed menu. And the first one, which will lead to the quest, a wheel attached to his pants, and we shall create a second dialogue which the first dialogue will respond to, and that will be our quest dialogue, and our quest will give them first step of the quest. Okay, so basic quest, our basic dialogue, talk to the person. Did you notice he has a wheel attached to his pants? Two choices. wheel attached to his pants leads to us being offered the quest. No, and I don't care leads to us being closed. So we will give that graph, and we'll probably Sailor 1 NPC graph. We'll give Sailor 1 this graph. So Sailor 1 has a chat graph that can provide the quest being first step quest, which we can take, which then will direct us to Sailor 2, and Sailor 2 should resolve the quest. So let us see how we're going. Single player, and I will create a new character simply because I don't want these old test quests linked to anything. So Sailor 1 has a chat dialogue. Did you notice the captain? Wheel attached to his pants. I don't care, that works. I need to ask Sailor 2 while the captain has a wheel attached to his pants. I've accepted the quest. Sailor 2 now has a question. If I talk to Sailor 1, we're back to the abandon thing, same as a normal quest. Talk to Sailor 2. I've leveled up. I have no idea. Oh, okay, thanks. That's it for Sailor 2, and that's the end of the quest. Oh, great, that works so far. Now, what we would like is Sailor 2 to also have a dialogue graph and a quest to ask the captain. So first thing we'll do again, we'll create another quest, and we'll call it second step quest. Second step quest. I should ask the captain why he has a wheel attached to his pants. Now we can do a few things. We can set it here so that quest 2 must have quest 1 as a complete. We can also hide quest 2 so it will only be given by a character. I shall also do that at the same time. Talk to NPC. In this case we want to talk to the captain, and we'll complete it at the same time, and we'll give ourselves lots of experience and gold simply because I can. And we'll now need the base dialogue. Base dialogue is the same as the first one. Create game data MPC Dialogue, and we'll call that Captain Quest Response NPC Dialogue. Really bad name. So the dialogue is Captain, and very funny because we're going to make a joke, and the captain responds if you ask them is yes, it's driving me nuts. There we go, absolutely hilarious. So we still haven't been able to give that quest, so we're going to want a quest graph for Sailor 2. Sailor 2 description. Hey there, how doing? Fine, thanks. That's our close menu. And have you thought about the captain? Now, show conditions for that. Quest is completed. First step quest. Now this is another way of ensuring that this menu will never appear unless you have completed the first step quest. So we're not going to lead we're not going to make this a quest. We'll get a little bit fancier, and add another one. Short and sweet. No. Close menu. And we will add a third NPC dialogue. We'll link the top one to that, and that is going to contain our quest. Our quest will be a second step quest, if I can find it. Again, we won't do accept dialogue decline. All this does is it adds the flavor and the text, but it works without it. And let's see, what do we call that? Second step quest. So let us, this is Sailor 2 quest dialogue. Apply that to Sailor 2. Now let's see how we go with this. We have a Sailor 1, has a dialogue, offers a quest. Quest ends when you talk to Sailor 2. Sailor 2 has a dialogue, offers a quest to talk to the captain. The dialogue should not appear if you haven't completed quest 1. If you have completed quest 1, it should offer the dialogue, and we should be able to finish up with the captain. I think captain response. Just double check that I have actually. Nope, I haven't actually. Captain response quest NPC dialogue needed to be added. I created it, but I forgot to add it. Okay. So we will create a new character. Just delete him. Create new character so that we don't have any quest states. So what have we got? We have Sailor 1. A wheel attached to his pants. Yes, I can do that. Sailor 2. Ah, I've leveled up. Ah, thanks. Talk to Sailor 2. How are you doing? Have you thought about the captain? Probably a bit too long a text. I was wondering about the captain. Can you ask him? Okay, sure. Accept. Talk to the captain. Leveled up. Ah, yes, it's driving me nuts. Yes, it's absolutely top quality humor, that. Now, one thing we should check, just to see how it's working. We'll create a new character that doesn't have the quest. And if we, so we're in the state that Sailor 1 has the quest, talk to them, yep, no, and I don't care. Sailor 2 does not have the dialogue in here with the quest in it. So that's one way of preventing. It's because we haven't completed said quest. We'll attach to his pants. We'll accept it. Yep. And then now that's in there. Accept decline. And there we go. Level up. Very funny. Absolutely top quality. So yeah, that's basically the whole system. You can link any of these sort of quests together by taking your dialogue graph and having a quest completed. There's a few other bits and pieces. The quest isn't started, so you can provide an option if the quest hasn't even been started to talk and to say things. It doesn't have to be a quest type. Obviously, if you've got a quest that, I don't know, has a hunting quest, and an NPC could have an extra couple of dialogues that pop up here. The quest is ongoing. Where do I find rabbits? Oh yes, look to the north. Rabbits are to the north. The quest is not started. Hey, have you thought about asking somebody else? Now, these quests are run from dialogue graphs, which are run from NPCs, but that doesn't mean you couldn't take this NPC, keep the script, take out the animator, take out any skill animations, weapon animations, and the rest, and just make it like a billboard model. So it would work the same way. It wouldn't be animating, wouldn't be moving. It still would be a NPC, have an NPC script attached to it, capsule collider, grid visibility checker, but it wouldn't have the animator, and it would have a different model. So it would work as a billboard. So this player here could have a graph. If you haven't started certain quests, go and look at the billboard. If you have started it, he can give you some ideas on where to look. So that's a bit more of an advanced look at quests. The other thing I will look at next is, if we have a look at create quest, there's a fourth item underneath task, which is a little bit more complicated, and that is custom, which is a custom based quest task. Now I'll look at that in another video because that's quite a bit of scripting. Anyway, if you've got any questions about this, let me know, and have a good one. Cheers.